Identifying key players and influencers. The journey to ultra high net worth, particularly the ambitious leap to the $100 million threshold, fundamentally shifts the paradigm of networking from casual acquaintance to strategic alliance. It demands a deliberate, almost surgical approach to identifying individuals whose influence, capital, or expertise can dramatically accelerate your trajectory. This isn't about simply collecting business cards. It's about meticulously mapping the ecosystem of power, capital, and innovation that directly impacts your specific wealth creation objectives. Understanding who truly moves the needle in your target industries and investment landscapes becomes the foundational first step in building a network capable of supporting such monumental aspirations. This initial phase requires a keen eye for subtle indicators of genuine leverage, moving far beyond surface level perceptions of success or public recognition. It's about discerning the architects of significant deals, the silent power brokers, and the true visionaries who are shaping the future of their respective domains. Your ability to correctly identify these pivotal figures will dictate the quality and efficacy of your subsequent relationship building efforts, making this stage critically important. Defining key players. In the context of achieving a $100 million net worth extends far beyond merely identifying other wealthy individuals. A key player is someone who possesses a unique combination of capital access, decision-making authority, strategic insight, or an unparalleled network within a specific high-value domain relevant to your growth. They might be the managing partner of a prominent venture capital firm, the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, a seasoned M&A advisor with an extensive track record, or a principal in a family office actively deploying significant capital. Their relevance is measured not just by their personal wealth, but by their capacity to directly impact your ventures, open doors to previously inaccessible opportunities, or provide crucial strategic guidance that averts costly missteps. Recognizing these individuals demands an understanding of the specific levers that drive exponential growth in your chosen fields, allowing you to prioritize those whose influence aligns most directly with your ambitious financial objectives. This nuanced definition ensures that your focus remains sharp and your efforts are directed towards truly impactful connections. Similarly, influencers in this echelon are not merely social media personalities or public figures, but rather individuals whose opinions, endorsements, or strategic alliances carry immense weight within specific, high-stakes professional communities. These are the thought leaders, the respected industry veterans, the policy shapers, and the academic experts whose insights are sought by other key players. An influencer might be an economist whose market predictions move capital, a regulatory expert whose counsel shapes industry standards, or a technology visionary whose ideas define future trends. Their power lies in their ability to shape narratives, validate emerging opportunities, and command the attention of those who control substantial resources. Identifying these influencers means looking for individuals who are not just visible, but whose intellectual capital and reputation are leveraged by the very people you aspire to connect with. Their endorsement or even a simple introduction can lend immense credibility and significantly smooth your path to accessing crucial networks and resources. The strategic imperative of this initial identification phase cannot be overstated. It acts as the compass guiding your entire networking strategy towards the $100 goal. Without a precise understanding of who the key players and influencers are, your efforts to build a powerful network risk becoming unfocused, inefficient, and ultimately ineffective. This targeted approach ends yours that every networking event, every introduction, and every outreach attempt is purposeful and aligned with your highest financial ambitions. It prevents the common pitfall of investing time and energy into relationships that, while potentially pleasant, lack the specific leverage required to propel you into the ultra-high net worth bracket. By meticulously identifying these pivotal figures, you create a clear roadmap for engagement, allowing you to allocate your invaluable time and resources with maximum strategic impact. This deliberate focus is a hallmark of those who successfully navigate the complex world of high-stakes wealth creation. Moving beyond surface-level connections necessitates a commitment to deep, thorough research that transcends a quick LinkedIn search. This means delving into public records, financial filings, press releases, industry reports, and even philanthropic initiatives to construct a comprehensive profile of potential key players and influencers. Understanding their career trajectories, investment philosophies, board affiliations, and the specific challenges or opportunities they are currently focused on provides invaluable context. Such detailed intelligence allows you to identify genuine commonalities, areas of mutual interest, or specific value propositions you might offer before any direct engagement. It's about understanding their world, their motivations, and their strategic priorities, transforming a mere name into a multi-dimensional persona. This level of preparatory work is not just about gathering facts. It's about developing an informed perspective that will serve as the bedrock for any meaningful interaction, demonstrating respect and serious intent. When considering where to look for these pivotal figures, your gaze must extend beyond the obvious and into the highly specialized arenas where significant capital and strategic decisions are made. This includes the exclusive boardrooms of Fortune 500 companies, the partner meetings of top-tier private equity and venture capital firms, and the inner circles of leading investment banks. Niche industry conferences, particularly those with high entry barriers or invitation-only attendance, are often fertile grounds for identifying thought leaders and decision-makers. Furthermore, the discrete networks of family offices, often managing multi-generational wealth, represent a crucial, yet frequently overlooked, source of capital and influence. These environments are where the real power brokers convene, where deals are forged, and where the future of industries is often quietly shaped. Accessing these circles requires a strategic approach, often leveraging existing connections to gain an initial foothold. Beyond the financial and corporate spheres, thought leadership hubs such as prestigious academic institutions, specialized think tanks, and exclusive policy groups also house individuals of immense influence. These are the minds whose research, theories, and policy recommendations can directly impact market dynamics, regulatory environments, and technological adoption. Their influence, while perhaps less direct in terms of capital deployment, can be profoundly strategic, shaping the very landscape in which your ventures operate. Engaging with these intellectual leaders can provide unparalleled foresight, help you anticipate market shifts, and even attract their intellectual capital to your endeavors. Identifying these figures involves tracking publications in top-tier journals, observing who is invited to speak at high-level forums, and understanding which experts are consistently cited by mainstream and industry-specific media. Their insights can be a powerful differentiator, offering a competitive edge. A particularly valuable category of key players are the connectors, individuals who possess an unusually expansive and diverse network, coupled with a genuine inclination to make introductions. These are the people who seem to know everyone, not just superficially, but with a deep understanding of their respective strengths and needs. Connectors often operate as linchpins within various professional communities, bridging gaps between different industries, capital sources, and expertise domains. They might be highly successful entrepreneurs who have exited multiple ventures, seasoned advisors, or even influential philanthropists. Identifying these individuals requires observing who consistently facilitates valuable introductions, who is frequently mentioned as a go-to person for networking, and who actively participates in multiple high-level groups. Cultivating a relationship with a genuine connector can exponentially expand your reach, providing warm introductions to individuals who might otherwise be inaccessible. Their trust and willingness to vouch for you are invaluable assets on the path to significant wealth. Indicators of true influence and power extend beyond job titles or public profiles, requiring a deeper analysis of an individual's actual impact. Look for a track record of successful exits, significant capital raises, or the successful navigation of complex market challenges. Their presence on the boards of multiple high-growth companies or prestigious nonprofits often signals a broad sphere of influence and trusted advisory capacity. Examine their investment portfolios for patterns of early-stage success or strategic sector bets, indicating sharp foresight. Philanthropic efforts, especially those involving leadership roles or substantial financial commitments, can reveal an individual's values, network of peers, and dedication to long-term impact. Consistent media mentions in reputable financial publications, not just for personal wealth, but for their strategic insights or leadership, also serve as strong indicators of their standing. These are the tangible markers of someone who not only has resources, but also the wisdom and influence to deploy them effectively. The digital footprint of key players and influencers, while requiring careful discernment, offers a valuable avenue for initial identification and research. Professional platforms like LinkedIn are indispensable for mapping connections, understanding career progression, and identifying shared professional circles. However, the true value lies in looking beyond basic profiles. Explore their activity. What articles do they share? What discussions do they engage in? And who do they follow? Industry-specific forums, private online communities, and specialized professional databases often provide more granular insights into their specific interests and current focus areas. These digital breadcrumbs, when pieced together, can paint a detailed picture of their professional network, their intellectual leanings, and their sphere of influence. This is not about passive observation, but active, strategic research to understand their digital ecosystem and identify potential points of connection. Understanding an individual's ecosystem is paramount. It involves mapping not only who they are, but also who they influence, and critically, who influences them. This means identifying their mentors, their close collaborators, their co-investors, and their trusted advisors. By understanding these relationships, you gain insight into their decision-making processes, their values, and the networks they rely upon. This ecosystem mapping can reveal secondary points of entry or provide valuable context for understanding their professional priorities. For instance, if a key player frequently collaborates with a specific legal firm or a particular technology provider, it offers clues about their operational preferences and strategic alliances. This holistic view allows for a more sophisticated approach to engagement, enabling you to tailor your interactions to resonate with their broader professional and personal landscape, thereby increasing your chances of forging a meaningful connection. A crucial shift and perspective during this identification phase is to ask, what specific problem can this person solve for me? Or what unique value can they bring to my $100 journey? This moves beyond a general desire to network and instead focuses on targeted strategic alignment. Do you need access to a specific market, a particular type of capital, or unparalleled expertise in a nascent technology? Perhaps you require guidance on navigating complex regulatory environments or insights into scaling a global enterprise. Identifying the precise value proposition a key player or influencer offers allows you to prioritize your outreach and craft a compelling, value-driven approach. It transforms your networking from an abstract concept into a tangible, goal-oriented process, ensuring that every identified individual is considered for their specific, measurable contribution to your ambitious objectives. This clarity ensures that your efforts are always directed towards high-impact relationships. Moreover, the identification process should be deeply informed by an honest assessment of the gaps within your own current network. What critical expertise, capital sources, or strategic connections are you currently lacking that would significantly impede or slow your progress towards the $100 mark? Are you deficient in a particular industry's insights, struggling to access growth capital beyond a certain threshold, or missing connections to specific geographic markets? These identified gaps serve as a precise filter for your search, narrowing your focus to individuals who can directly address these strategic deficiencies. By pinpointing exactly what you need, you avoid the trap of chasing connections that, while impressive on paper, do not directly contribute to filling your most critical strategic voids. This self-assessment is a vital, introspective step that ensures your identification efforts are maximally efficient and impactful, directly aligning with your immediate and future needs. It is also imperative to recognize the silent influencers, those who operate with immense power and wisdom, but often prefer to remain out of the public spotlight. These individuals are rarely found on social media leaderboards or gracing the covers of business magazines. Instead, their influence is felt through their strategic counsel, their quiet investments, and their role as trusted advisors behind the scenes of major deals. They might be retired CEOs with unparalleled institutional knowledge, highly respected family office principals, or even discreet consultants whose advice is sought by the most powerful figures. Identifying them requires a keen ear for whispers within industry circles, references from other key players, and an understanding that true influence doesn't always seek validation through public recognition. Cultivating relationships with these silent power brokers can unlock a depth of insight and a network of connections that are simply unavailable through conventional channels. Crucially, the identification phase is incomplete without rigorous due diligence on the reputation and ethical standing of potential key players and influencers. While their track record of success might be impressive, it is paramount to ensure their professional conduct aligns with your own values and long-term vision. Research their history for any significant controversies, ethical lapses, or questionable business practices that could, by association, jeopardize your own reputation or ventures. A strong network is built on trust and integrity, and aligning with individuals whose values are compromised can introduce unforeseen risks and liabilities. This due diligence extends to verifying their actual influence and access. Sometimes, perceived power can be inflated, and direct verification through trusted third parties is essential. Protecting your personal brand and the integrity of your network is a non-negotiable aspect of strategic relationship building. Once typified, these key players and influencers should not merely exist as a list, but rather as a dynamic, targeted watch list that informs your engagement strategy. This watch list should be categorized by their specific value proposition, e.g., capital access, strategic guidance, market access, industry expertise, and prioritized based on your most pressing needs and the perceived ease of initial contact. This systematic approach transforms the abstract concept of networking into a structured, actionable plan. It allows for the careful crafting of personalized outreach strategies, ensuring that your approach is always thoughtful, relevant, and respectful of their time and position. This watch list becomes a living document, constantly refined as you learn more about these individuals and as your own strategic needs evolve, ensuring your networking remains agile and responsive. Finally, successful identification also involves anticipating future needs, not just addressing current gaps. As you scale towards $100 million and beyond, the types of capital, expertise, and strategic partnerships required will undoubtedly evolve. Therefore, your watch list should include individuals who might not be immediately critical, but will become indispensable for the next stage of growth, whether that involves international expansion, a specific technological pivot, or a future M&A strategy. This forward-thinking approach ensures that you are always building a network that is not only robust for today's challenges, but also resilient and capable of supporting your long-term, ambitious trajectory. It's about planting seeds now for the relationships that will bear fruit when you need them most, ensuring a continuous pipeline of high-value connections. With a meticulously curated list of key players and influencers now in hand, the real work of engagement begins. This foundational step of identification, executed with precision and strategic foresight, sets the stage for the subsequent phases of relationship building. It provides the clarity and direction necessary to move beyond passive observation and into active, purposeful interaction. The next crucial step involves cultivating authentic and mutually beneficial relationships with these individuals, moving from mere identification to impactful connection. Understanding who they are and what they represent is only the beginning. The art lies in transforming that knowledge into meaningful, lasting alliances that propel your wealth creation journey forward with unprecedented momentum. Cultivating authentic and mutually beneficial relationships beyond merely identifying key players, the true mastery in wealth creation lies in forging bonds that transcend fleeting transactions. This isn't about indiscriminately collecting business cards. It's about meticulously building a robust ecosystem of trust, shared vision, and reciprocal support. Many aspiring wealth builders mistakenly view networking as a relentless pursuit of contacts, a numbers game, rather than a careful, strategic cultivation of deep connections. However, The ultra-wealthy understand that their most valuable assets often walk on two legs, embodying a network meticulously constructed on genuine respect and mutual benefit. These aren't just fleeting acquaintances, but strategic allies, insightful mentors, and trusted confidants who both contribute to and draw from a shared pool of expertise and opportunity. The foundation of generational wealth isn't solely capital. It's the social capital painstakingly accumulated through deeply rooted, authentic relationships. This demands a profound shift in perspective, moving from a self-centric view of what you can gain to a generous focus on what you can genuinely offer, fostering an environment where value flows freely in all directions. This section will guide you through the nuanced art of transforming a mere contact into a true connection, a pivotal step on your journey to the $100M mark. The distinction between an authentic relationship and a purely transactional one is crucial, yet often blurred in the fast-paced competitive world of business. A transactional relationship is fundamentally a quid pro quo exchange, often short-lived and contingent on immediate utility, where value is measured solely by direct, tangible returns. Authentic relationships, conversely, are built upon a bedrock of trust, shared values, and a genuine interest in the other person's success and well-being, extending far beyond any single deal. They are characterized by an intrinsic desire to support, to listen, and to connect on a deeper human level, recognizing that true collaboration yields exponentially greater results. While transactions are an inevitable part of business, they should emerge as a natural byproduct of a strong, pre-existing relationship, not its sole purpose or driving force. The wealthiest individuals instinctively understand that the most potent opportunities arise from a network of people who genuinely believe in them and are deeply invested in their long-term trajectory. This means actively resisting the urge to approach every interaction with a mental ledger, instead focusing on the intrinsic rewards of genuine human connection. It's about sowing seeds of goodwill and trust, knowing that the harvest, though not always immediate or predictable, will ultimately be far richer and more enduring. Cultivating true authenticity begins with a profound mindset shift, moving from the question, "What can I get from this person?" to "How can I genuinely help or add value to them?" This principle of value first is not a mere tactic, but a core philosophy that underpins all successful, enduring relationships, especially in high-stakes environments. Before you ever articulate your own needs or aspirations, invest significant time and effort into understanding the challenges, goals, and desires of the individual you wish to connect with. This requires active listening, incisive questioning, and a sincere desire to identify specific areas where your unique skills, resources, or network can provide tangible benefit. Perhaps you can introduce them to a key contact, share a valuable market insight, or simply offer a fresh perspective on a problem they are grappling with. The act of giving, without immediate expectation of return, establishes you as a generous and trustworthy individual, someone who sees beyond the immediate horizon. This approach builds a deep reservoir of goodwill, a social bank account from which you can draw in the future, not through demand, but through the natural reciprocity that genuine relationships foster. It's a long-game strategy, one that powerfully distinguishes the true wealth builders from those merely chasing fleeting, short-term opportunities. Building genuine rapport extends far beyond superficial pleasantries. It involves creating a comfortable, empathetic space where individuals feel truly heard and deeply understood. One highly effective strategy is to find common ground, whether it's a shared interest, a mutual acquaintance, or a similar professional experience, using it as a natural bridge for deeper conversation. Active listening is paramount. Truly absorb what the other person is communicating, both verbally and non-verbally, and respond thoughtfully rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. Ask open-ended questions that encourage detailed responses and reveal their passions, challenges, and perspectives, demonstrating a sincere, unfeigned curiosity about their world. Remembering specific details about their life, family, or business from previous conversations powerfully shows you value them as an individual, not just as a professional contact. Authenticity also means being transparent and appropriately vulnerable, sharing your own experiences and challenges to foster a sense of shared humanity and relatability. A genuine smile, consistent direct eye contact, and an open, welcoming posture communicate warmth and approachability, making it significantly easier for others to connect with you. These seemingly small gestures collectively contribute to a powerful impression of trustworthiness and sincerity, laying the essential groundwork for a robust, long-term connection. To offer truly genuine and impactful value, you must first deeply understand the nuanced needs, aspirations, and pain points of the individuals within your target network. This involves more than surface-level knowledge. It requires delving into their professional objectives, personal ambitions, and even the underlying motivations that subtly drive their decisions. Conduct thorough strategic research before initial meetings, leveraging public information, insights from mutual connections, and their professional history to gain comprehensive insights. During conversations, ask incisive, strategic questions designed to uncover their current challenges, recent successes, and precisely what they are actively seeking to achieve or overcome. Pay close attention to subtle cues and unspoken desires, as people often reveal their true, underlying needs indirectly, especially when first building trust. Your ability to empathize with their journey and articulate their challenges back to them demonstrates a level of understanding that is incredibly rare and highly valued. This deep comprehension allows you to tailor your value proposition precisely, ensuring that your contributions are not just helpful, but truly impactful and relevant to their specific context. When you consistently demonstrate this level of insight, you naturally become an indispensable resource, transforming a casual acquaintance into a trusted advisor. The initial connection is merely the first step. The true strength and longevity of a relationship are forged in the consistent, thoughtful follow-up that meticulously ensues. Many individuals excel at making compelling introductions, but unfortunately falter in the sustained effort required to nurture these nascent connections into robust, enduring alliances. A timely, highly personalized follow-up message, specifically referencing key points of discussion and reiterating your offer of value, powerfully reinforces your sincerity and professionalism. Beyond the immediate post-meeting note, consider periodic, non-demanding check-ins that are not tied to any immediate ask, simply to maintain contact and share relevant insights. Perhaps you come across an article pertinent to their business or identify a potential introduction that perfectly aligns with their stated goals. Sharing these demonstrates ongoing engagement and thoughtfulness. The key is to make these interactions natural and unforced, always prioritizing their needs and interests over your own, avoiding any perception of opportunism. This consistent, low-pressure engagement keeps you top of mind and signals your long-term commitment to the relationship, building trust brick by painstaking brick. Thoughtful follow-up is the silent yet powerful architect of strong networks, transforming fleeting interactions into enduring partnerships that yield significant returns over time. Authentic relationships thrive on reciprocity, a dynamic where value flows freely and naturally in both directions, creating a powerful, virtuous cycle of giving and receiving. It's crucial to understand that reciprocity isn't about immediate tit-for-tat exchanges. It's about a fundamental belief in the long-term balance of contributions and goodwill. When you consistently offer value, provide genuine support, and demonstrate sincere interest, others will naturally be inclined to reciprocate, often in ways you hadn't anticipated or explicitly requested. This organic exchange builds a collective sense of goodwill and mutual obligation, not out of duty, but out of a genuine desire to support those who have consistently supported them. Actively seek opportunities to connect individuals who could genuinely benefit from knowing each other, thereby positioning yourself as a central node in a growing, interconnected web of value. These thoughtful introductions, made without expecting anything in return, profoundly elevate your standing as a connector and a generous contributor to the entire ecosystem. The cumulative effect of these reciprocal gestures strengthens the entire network, making it more resilient, resourceful, and capable of generating unprecedented opportunities for all involved. Embracing reciprocity as a core principle transforms your network from a mere collection of contacts into a powerful, self-sustaining engine of collective success. At the very heart of truly authentic and impactful relationships lies a profound capacity for empathy and a highly developed degree of emotional intelligence. Empathy allows you to genuinely step into another person's shoes, to deeply understand their perspectives, feelings, and underlying motivations, even if they differ significantly from your own. This isn't about agreeing with everyone, but about acknowledging and validating their experiences, which builds a crucial, unbreakable bridge of understanding. Emotional intelligence, encompassing self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and masterful relationship management, enables you to navigate complex social dynamics with grace, foresight, and unparalleled effectiveness. It helps you accurately read nuanced situations, understand unstated needs, proactively manage potential conflicts, and respond in ways that strengthen rather than strain vital connections. Recognizing and responding appropriately to the emotions of others fosters deeper trust and makes you a more approachable, reliable, and respected confidante. People are far more likely to open up, share invaluable insights, and collaborate deeply with those who consistently demonstrate genuine understanding and sensitivity to their human experience. Developing these soft skills is not merely beneficial. It is absolutely essential for building the kind of deep, resilient relationships that underpin lasting wealth and profound influence. Consistency and reliability are not glamorous traits, but they are the unshakable, foundational cornerstones upon which all strong, authentic relationships are meticulously built. Showing up when you say you will, meticulously following through on every commitment, and maintaining a steady, dependable presence in your network powerfully demonstrates your integrity and trustworthiness. In a world often characterized by fleeting attention and broken promises, being consistently reliable sets you apart as an individual of substantial character and unwavering principle. This means not just being reliable for major asks or critical projects, but also in the smaller, everyday interactions, promptly responding to messages, remembering significant dates, and offering support without explicit prompting. Over time, this consistent, dependable behavior builds an ironclad reputation for reliability, making others supremely confident that they can genuinely count on you, whether for sound advice, a strategic introduction, or a crucial partnership. People are naturally drawn to those who exhibit stability and predictability in their interactions, as it profoundly reduces uncertainty and fosters a deep sense of security. Cultivating this sterling reputation is a long-term investment, one that silently but powerfully enhances your standing and the perceived value of your entire network. True influence stems not from grand, theatrical gestures, but from the cumulative impact of countless small, reliable actions that consistently affirm your unwavering commitment to the relationship. Even the most authentic and robust relationships will inevitably encounter challenges, disagreements, or periods of strain. How you proactively navigate these moments defines their true resilience and longevity. Avoiding conflict or sweeping uncomfortable issues under the rug only allows resentment to fester, ultimately eroding the very trust that has been painstakingly built. Instead, approach disagreements with an unwavering commitment to understanding, open and honest communication, and a shared goal of finding a constructive, mutually beneficial resolution. Practice active listening during conflicts, focusing intently on understanding the other person's perspective and feelings before articulating your own. Maintain profound respect even when opinions diverge sharply, remembering that the relationship itself holds far more long-term value than winning a fleeting argument. Be prepared to apologize sincerely and unequivocally when you are in the wrong, and to offer genuine forgiveness and a clear path forward when others stumble, demonstrating exceptional maturity and grace. These challenging moments, when handled with integrity and deep empathy, can actually strengthen bonds, proving that the relationship can withstand significant pressure and emerge stronger and more resilient. The ability to navigate difficult conversations and emerge with an intact or even fortified connection is a hallmark of truly masterful relationship builders. While focusing on the depth of existing connections is paramount, the cultivation of authentic relationships also inherently involves strategically expanding your network in a thoughtful, highly intentional manner. This isn't about indiscriminate collection of contacts, but about meticulously identifying individuals and communities that genuinely align with your core values, strategic vision, and long-term objectives. Actively seek out diverse perspectives and complementary expertise that powerfully enhance your own, recognizing that true innovation and breakthrough opportunities often arise from the confluence of varied experiences. Attend industry events, join prestigious professional organizations, or participate in exclusive mastermind groups where like-minded, ambitious individuals naturally converge. When introduced to new contacts, diligently apply the same unwavering principles of value-first engagement, genuine curiosity, and thoughtful, consistent follow-up. Leverage your existing trusted network to make warm, personalized introductions to individuals who could genuinely benefit from connecting with you and vice versa, thereby becoming a central connector. Remember that every new connection is a profound opportunity to learn, to grow, and potentially to discover an unexpected ally or groundbreaking collaborator on your path to unprecedented wealth. Expanding thoughtfully means prioritizing quality over mere quantity, ensuring each new addition profoundly enriches the collective intelligence and robust support system of your carefully curated network. The true, profound power of cultivating authentic and mutually beneficial relationships is not realized in immediate transactional gains, but in the extraordinary, compounding long-term dividends they consistently yield. These meticulously built connections evolve into a robust, multifaceted support system, a collective brain trust, and a source of unparalleled opportunities that are often completely invisible to those with purely transactional networks. When you face a significant challenge or a complex strategic dilemma, you'll have a cadre of trusted advisors and loyal allies ready to offer invaluable insights, innovative solutions, or even direct assistance, without any expectation of immediate compensation. When a unique investment or a groundbreaking business opportunity arises, your network, understanding your capabilities and vision, will be your first and most powerful source of information and preferential access. Beyond purely financial returns, these deep relationships provide immense personal satisfaction, invaluable mentorship, and a profound sense of belonging among a community of truly high achievers. They become a vital wellspring of resilience, providing essential emotional and intellectual support during the inevitable setbacks and triumphs on the demanding entrepreneurial journey. The cumulative effect is a compounding advantage where each strong, authentic relationship exponentially amplifies the potential of all others, creating an extraordinary growth trajectory for your influence, impact, and ultimate wealth. Investing in authentic, mutually beneficial relationships is, without doubt, one of the most strategic, fulfilling, and ultimately rewarding investments you will ever make on your path to mastering wealth creation. Leveraging your network for opportunities. Having meticulously identified key players and diligently cultivated authentic relationships, the true strategic power of your network crystallizes in its application. Leveraging it for unparalleled opportunities. This phase transcends mere networking. It is about the deliberate, calculated deployment of trust and goodwill to unlock doors that remain firmly shut to others. It requires a nuanced understanding of mutual value exchange, recognizing that every successful leverage point originates from a foundation of previously established rapport and reciprocal benefit. The objective is not to exploit connections, but to synergistically align interests, creating win-win scenarios that propel your objectives forward while simultaneously enriching the ecosystem of your professional relationships. This proactive engagement transforms your network from a static list of contacts into a dynamic engine for growth and innovation, an indispensable asset in the relentless pursuit of exponential wealth creation. The initial step in this leveraging process involves a rigorous internal audit of your current strategic needs and aspirations. Are you seeking capital for a groundbreaking venture, exploring new market entries, or perhaps searching for a highly specialized talent to fill a critical leadership void? Clearly articulating these specific requirements is paramount, as a vague request is unlikely to yield a precise or valuable response from even the most well-meaning connection. This clarity serves as your compass, guiding you toward the most appropriate individuals within your network, whose expertise, influence, or resources directly align with your immediate and long-term objectives. Without this foundational self-assessment, any attempt to leverage your network risks appearing unfocused and potentially squandering the invaluable social capital you have painstakingly accumulated. Once your needs are sharply defined, the next critical move is to identify the precise nodes within your network most capable of providing the desired leverage. This isn't a shotgun approach, it's a targeted strike. Consider not just who you know directly, but who your direct connections know, extending your reach through warm introductions. A meticulous mental map, or even a structured CRM, can help visualize these pathways, highlighting individuals who possess direct access to capital, strategic partners, market intelligence, or even specific regulatory insights. This thoughtful selection process ensures that when you do reach out, it is to someone genuinely positioned to assist, minimizing wasted effort and maximizing the probability of a meaningful outcome. Remember, the strength of a network lies not just in its size, but in its strategic depth and the quality of its interconnections. Approaching a connection for an opportunity demands an exquisite balance of confidence, clarity, and deference. Your ask must be concise, articulate, and framed in a way that highlights the potential benefits to all parties involved, not just your own. Avoid ambiguity or making broad, open-ended requests that place the burden of problem-solving entirely on your contact. Instead, present a well-considered proposition, outlining precisely what you need and, crucially, what value you bring to the table, or how this collaboration could ultimately benefit their sphere of influence. This demonstrates respect for their time and positions you as a strategic partner, rather than merely a recipient of favors, reinforcing the reciprocal nature of your relationship. Timing and context are equally pivotal when seeking to leverage your network. A request made prematurely or in the midst of a critical period for your contact can undermine even the strongest relationship. Cultivate an awareness of their professional cycles, personal commitments, and current strategic focuses. A brief, well-timed email or a direct conversation at an opportune moment can be far more effective than a rushed or ill-considered approach. This sensitivity shows a genuine understanding of their world, further cementing the bond of trust and mutual respect that underpins all successful high-level collaborations. It's an art form, not a science, learned through observation and genuine engagement. A powerful, often overlooked, method of leveraging your network involves becoming an active connector yourself. By proactively introducing two individuals who stand to benefit immensely from knowing each other, you not only create value for them, but also significantly enhance your own standing as a central, indispensable hub within your network. This act of altruistic connection-making reinforces your reputation as a generous and insightful leader, someone whose judgment in forging alliances is highly valued. These introductions of consequence are investments that yield substantial returns, often in the form of increased trust, reciprocal generosity, and unforeseen opportunities that circle back to you in due course. It transforms you from a mere participant to a vital architect of shared success. Beyond direct asks, your network serves as an invaluable conduit for proprietary market intelligence and early-stage insights. High-level connections often possess a privileged vantage point into emerging trends, disruptive technologies, or impending regulatory shifts long before they become public knowledge. Tapping into this collective wisdom through strategic conversations, informal check-ins, or advisory roles can provide you with a significant informational advantage, enabling proactive decision-making and the identification of nascent opportunities. This form of leverage is less about direct intervention and more about sophisticated pattern recognition, allowing you to position yourself ahead of the curve in rapidly evolving landscapes. Consider the strategic deployment of your network for talent acquisition. The most exceptional individuals, particularly at senior leadership levels, are rarely found through conventional recruitment channels. They are often passive candidates, deeply embedded within their current roles and accessible primarily through trusted referrals. Your network becomes a powerful sourcing mechanism, providing access to a vetted pool of top-tier talent whose capabilities and cultural fit are already implicitly endorsed by your connections. This reduces hiring risk, accelerates the recruitment process, and ensures you're bringing in individuals who can truly drive the kind of transformative growth required for a $100 plus enterprise. Furthermore, leveraging your network can be instrumental in securing access to capital, whether through venture funding, private equity, or strategic debt financing. The journey from initial concept to a fully funded enterprise is often paved with introductions from trusted intermediaries. A warm introduction to a prominent investor or a strategic partner through a mutual connection carries significantly more weight than a cold outreach, instantly establishing a baseline of credibility and reducing the initial friction. These introductions are not just about opening doors, they are about opening the right doors to individuals who understand your vision and are aligned with your growth trajectory. It's about securing capital that comes with strategic value, not just monetary value. The strategic use of your network also tends to problem solving and navigating complex challenges. Faced with a particularly thorny business dilemma, an intractable regulatory hurdle, or a strategic pivot that requires novel insights, your network offers a rich tapestry of experience and expertise. Instead of confronting these issues in isolation, reach out to those within your sphere who have successfully navigated similar terrain. Their lived experience, unvarnished perspectives, and practical advice can be invaluable, saving you immense time, resources, and potential missteps. This collective intelligence acts as an unparalleled advisory board, readily available to illuminate pathways forward. Reputation and credibility, the intangible pillars of sustained success, are profoundly amplified through network leverage. When influential members of your network actively endorse your capabilities, vouch for your integrity, or champion your initiatives, it confers a powerful halo effect. This third-party validation carries immense weight, far surpassing any self-promotion, and can decisively sway potential partners, investors, or clients. Cultivate these champions by consistently delivering value, acting with integrity, and reciprocating their support, transforming them into powerful advocates who actively open doors and amplify your message within their own spheres of influence. A sophisticated approach to network leverage involves orchestrating strategic partnerships and joint ventures. Your network is a fertile ground for identifying complementary businesses or individuals whose strengths perfectly offset your weaknesses, creating synergistic alliances that can achieve far more than either entity could alone. These partnerships, forged through mutual trust and shared vision, can unlock new markets, pool resources for large-scale projects, or co-develop innovative solutions. The key is to look beyond immediate transactional benefits and identify long-term strategic alignments that promise sustained, exponential growth. It's about building an ecosystem of collaborative advantage. Critically, effective leveraging is always underpinned by an unwavering commitment to reciprocity. Every ask or opportunity gained through your network should be viewed as an implicit obligation to give back, not necessarily immediately or in kind, but through consistent value creation for your connections. This continuous cycle of giving and receiving is the lifeblood of a robust, high-performing network. Neglecting this principle transforms your network into a finite resource that will eventually deplete, whereas nurturing it through consistent value exchange ensures its perpetual growth and utility. It's a delicate dance of give and take, where generosity is the ultimate currency. Finally, measuring the effectiveness of your network leverage is not solely about quantifying direct financial gains, but also about assessing the qualitative advancements it facilitates. Did a network connection provide a critical insight that averted a costly mistake? Did an introduction lead to a strategic partnership that expanded your market reach? Did a referral bring in a key talent that accelerated your project timeline? By reflecting on these tangible and intangible benefits, you can refine your approach, strengthen your most valuable relationships, and ensure your network remains a vibrant, continually growing asset. This continuous feedback loop ensures that your efforts in network building are not just an activity, but a highly strategic investment, yielding profound, lasting returns in your journey toward monumental wealth. Mastering the art of negotiation and influence. Negotiation and influence are not merely skills to deploy when a deal is on the table. They are the very oxygen of high-level wealth creation. For those aspiring to transcend comfortable success and reach the $100 mark, these proficiencies become foundational, shaping every significant interaction and strategic pivot. They dictate terms of your partnerships, the valuation of your ventures, and the trajectory of your investments, extending far beyond simple transactions into the realm of strategic alignment and long-term vision. Mastering this art means not just getting what you want, but understanding how to orchestrate outcomes that benefit all parties, thereby expanding the pie for everyone involved. This isn't about mere haggling. It's about architecting agreements that propel you and your collaborators forward with synergistic momentum. It's a fundamental shift from transactional thinking to strategic outcome design, crucial for sustainable, exponential growth. Without these capacities, even the most promising opportunities can falter, leaving significant value unrealized. Cultivating this mastery is an investment in every future endeavor. True mastery begins with a profound shift in mindset, moving away from the zero-sum game of win-lose scenarios towards a collaborative paradigm of value creation. The most astute negotiators recognize that every interaction presents an opportunity to build rather than diminish goodwill and future opportunities. This approach necessitates a deep dive into understanding the underlying motivations, unspoken needs, and long-term objectives of the other party, rather than solely focusing on your own immediate gains. By seeking to understand before being understood, you unlock possibilities for innovative solutions that might not have been apparent through a purely adversarial lens. This collaborative spirit transforms potential adversaries into valuable allies, laying the groundwork for enduring, mutually beneficial relationships, crucial for sustained growth. It reframes the challenge from competition to co-creation, where shared success becomes the ultimate metric. Embracing this perspective elevates your strategic game, turning complex negotiations into pathways for deeper integration and collective advancement. No aspect of negotiation is more critical, yet often underestimated, than meticulous preparation. Walking into any significant discussion without a comprehensive understanding of the landscape is akin to sailing into a storm without a compass, leaving you vulnerable to unforeseen currents. This involves rigorous research into the other party's financial health, market position, strategic imperatives, and even their personal predispositions if feasible. Crucially, you must clearly define your own best alternative to a negotiated agreement, understanding your walk-away point and the realistic alternatives at your disposal. This internal clarity empowers you, giving you the confidence and strategic leverage to navigate complex discussions, knowing precisely when to push and when to pivot. A well-defined BATNA is your ultimate source of power, ensuring you never negotiate from a position of desperation, providing a critical anchor in turbulent waters. It transforms uncertainty into calculated risk, allowing for proactive rather than reactive engagement. Beyond surface-level demands, truly effective negotiation hinges on discerning the other party's underlying interests, which often differ significantly from their stated positions. A position is what someone says they want, but an interest is why they want it, their fundamental needs, desires, fears, or concerns. Uncovering these deeper motivations requires incisive questioning, patient listening, and a keen ability to read between the lines, often through subtle cues and indirect statements. When you can address their core interests, you unlock a broader spectrum of solutions that satisfy both sides, moving beyond rigid demands to creative, mutually advantageous resolutions. This empathetic investigation transforms the negotiation from a battle of wills into a joint problem-solving exercise, fostering trust and opening doors to unexpected synergies. It's about moving beyond the superficial to the substantive, crafting agreements that resonate deeply with all stakeholders. This strategic empathy is a hallmark of truly influential leaders. Active listening is not just about hearing words. It's about absorbing meaning, recognizing nuances, and identifying unspoken concerns that can make or break a deal. This involves giving your undivided attention, asking clarifying questions, and reflecting back what you've heard to ensure accurate comprehension and demonstrate genuine engagement. Insightful questioning, on the other hand, strategically guides the conversation, probing for information that reveals underlying interests, potential roadblocks, or hidden opportunities. By mastering the art of asking open-ended questions that encourage detailed responses, you gather invaluable intelligence, allowing you to tailor your proposals and arguments with precision and persuasive power. This dual approach transforms you from a mere participant into an orchestrator of dialogue, subtly steering the interaction towards desired outcomes. It's the difference between merely responding and strategically guiding, a critical distinction for high-stakes engagements. Every question and every moment of silence become tools in your arsenal. The way you frame an offer or a discussion point can dramatically influence its perception and subsequent acceptance. Framing involves presenting information in a manner that highlights its most favorable aspects and aligns with the other party's interests, thereby shaping their mental model of the situation. Anchoring, a potent psychological tactic, involves setting an initial value or parameter that then serves as a benchmark for all subsequent discussions, pulling the negotiation closer to that starting point. Whether it's a high initial offer to create room for concession or a bold vision statement that sets the tone for a partnership, judiciously applied framing and anchoring can powerfully orient the conversation from its very inception. These techniques, when used ethically, provide a significant strategic advantage, guiding perceptions without resorting to deception. They are subtle, yet powerful instruments for shaping expectations and directing the flow of the conversation. Mastering them allows you to set the stage for success before the true dialogue even begins. Every negotiation involves a dynamic interplay of power, and understanding your own sources of leverage is paramount to asserting influence. This leverage can stem from various factors: your unique expertise, exclusive resources, a strong network, market knowledge, financial strength, or even simply a superior BATNA. Identifying these inherent advantages allows you to strategically deploy them, subtly or overtly, to strengthen your position and persuade the other party. Moreover, astute negotiators don't just recognize existing power, they actively work to create it, perhaps by cultivating alternative options, enhancing their reputation, or forming strategic alliances that bolster their standing. True power in negotiation is often less about dominance and more about the perceived value you bring to the table and your ability to walk away. It's about understanding the ecosystem of influence and positioning yourself optimally within it. This strategic awareness transforms potential weaknesses into opportunities for strength. Influence, distinct from manipulation, is the art of guiding others towards a desired outcome through ethical means, fostering agreement rather than forcing compliance. This involves deploying well-researched principles such as reciprocity, where you offer value first, scarcity, highlighting unique or limited opportunities, and social proof, demonstrating widespread acceptance or success. Credibility, built on expertise and integrity, serves as the bedrock of all persuasive efforts, ensuring your arguments carry weight and your proposals are taken seriously. By appealing to logic, emotion, and shared values, you can subtly shift perspectives and align interests, making their party feel genuinely invested in the solution you propose. This approach creates lasting buy-in, far more robust than any coerced agreement. It's about building bridges, not just dictating terms. True influence creates willing participants, not just compliant ones, fostering long-term commitment and shared purpose. In the high-stakes arena of wealth creation, emotional intelligence is not a soft skill, but a hard necessity. It involves recognizing and managing your own emotions, preventing them from clouding your judgment or leading to impulsive decisions that can unravel months of effort. Equally important is the ability to perceive and understand the emotions of others, allowing you to anticipate reactions, diffuse tension, and tailor your approach to resonate more effectively. A negotiator who can maintain composure under pressure, empathize with the other party's frustrations, and skillfully navigate emotional currents holds a distinct advantage. This capacity for emotional attunement builds rapport, fosters trust, and ultimately lubricates the negotiation process, transforming potential conflict into productive dialogue. It's the unseen force that often tips the scales in complex human interactions, distinguishing the master from the amateur. Ignoring the emotional landscape is to invite unnecessary friction and potential failure. Even in the most contentious negotiations, cultivating rapport and maintaining unwavering professional decorum are non-negotiable. People are more likely to make concessions, share information, and collaborate with those they respect and feel a connection with, however tenuous. This doesn't mean sacrificing your interests. It means approaching the interaction with respect, courtesy, and a genuine desire to find common ground. Simple gestures, like remembering personal details, acknowledging their perspective, or finding areas of shared interest, can significantly humanize the process. A reputation for integrity and fairness, even when staunchly advocating for your own position, will precede you in future dealings, opening doors to more favorable terms and deeper partnerships down the line. This foundational layer of trust and mutual respect proves invaluable, creating a smoother path for future engagements. It transforms a one-off deal into a potential long-term strategic alliance. Objections and deadlocks are inevitable in complex negotiations, serving as critical junctures that test your resolve and ingenuity. Rather than viewing them as insurmountable barriers, see them as opportunities to delve deeper into the other party's concerns and uncover new pathways to agreement. When faced with an objection, avoid immediate counter-arguments. Instead, acknowledge their point, ask clarifying questions to fully understand the root cause, and then reframe the issue. For deadlocks, consider creative solutions like introducing new variables, taking a temporary break to reevaluate, or proposing a multi-stage agreement that addresses concerns incrementally. The ability to pivot, innovate, and remain flexible in the face of resistance defines a master negotiator, transforming impasses into breakthroughs. This resilience and strategic adaptability are crucial for navigating the often turbulent waters of high-stakes deals. Every challenge becomes an invitation to demonstrate superior problem-solving. Concessions are not simply about giving things away. They are powerful tools for shaping the negotiation and eliciting reciprocal actions. A strategic concession is one that costs you little but holds significant value for the other party, creating a sense of goodwill and obligation. Never make a concession without asking for something in return, however small, reinforcing the principle of reciprocity and preventing an expectation of one-sided giving. Furthermore, always frame your concessions as difficult decisions, highlighting the value you are relinquishing, rather than offering them casually, as if they were trivial. The art lies in sequencing these moves, revealing your flexibility while steadily advancing towards your core objectives, ensuring that every give is matched by a get. This calculated exchange of value is a hallmark of sophisticated negotiation, always advancing your strategic position. It's about smart trade-offs, not just capitulation. For those operating at the highest echelons of wealth creation, every negotiation is not an isolated event, but a critical chapter in an ongoing narrative of relationships. The terms you secure today will directly impact your ability to collaborate, partner, and transact with the same individuals or organizations in the future. Prioritize agreements that foster mutual respect and pave the way for future cooperation, even if it means leaving a little on the table in the short term, understanding the long-game implications. A reputation for being a fair, reliable, and astute negotiator who values long-term partnerships will become one of your most valuable assets, attracting better opportunities and stronger alliances in the competitive landscape of ultra-high net worth ventures. This expansive perspective transforms individual deals into building blocks for a vast and influential network, ensuring sustained success. Short-term gains must always be weighed against long-term relational capital. The principles of negotiation and influence extend far beyond the formal setting of a deal table. They permeate every facet of leadership and strategic execution, influencing your internal teams to embrace a new vision, persuading investors to back an unconventional idea, or shaping public perception of your brand, all rely on these same foundational skills. It's about articulating a compelling narrative, building consensus, and inspiring action through credibility, vision, and empathetic communication across diverse audiences. For the ambitious wealth creator, the ability to influence broad constituencies, from employees to market analysts, is as crucial as closing a single transaction. serving as a constant engine for growth and expansion. This pervasive application of influence defines true leadership, moving beyond directives to inspire genuine commitment. It's the force that amplifies your impact across your entire ecosystem. In the pursuit of monumental wealth, the temptation to cut corners or engage in ethically dubious practices can arise, but the master negotiator understands the profound, long-term cost of such actions. Integrity is not merely a moral virtue, it is a strategic imperative, a non-negotiable component of sustainable success. Your reputation for honesty, transparency, and fairness is your most valuable currency, attracting reputable partners, inspiring loyalty, and ensuring the sustainability of your ventures. A single act of deceit can unravel years of diligent relationship building and irrevocably damage your standing in the rarefied circles of ultra-high net worth individuals. Ethical conduct in negotiation ensures not just a clear conscience, but a robust, resilient foundation for generational wealth, protecting your legacy as much as your balance sheet. This commitment to principle is the ultimate safeguard against fleeting gains and enduring regret. Finally, mastering the art of negotiation and influence is not a destination, but a continuous journey of learning and refinement. The dynamics of markets, the psychology of individuals, and the landscape of opportunities are constantly evolving, demanding an adaptive and growth-oriented mindset. Regularly debrief your negotiations, analyzing what worked, what didn't, and why, extracting critical lessons from every interaction. Seek feedback, study the masters, and actively practice these skills in every interaction, big or small, recognizing each moment as a learning opportunity. Like any high-performance discipline, consistent self-assessment and a commitment to improvement will sharpen your instincts, broaden your repertoire, and ultimately cement your status as an unparalleled orchestrator of favorable outcomes, propelling you towards your $100M aspirations. The pursuit of excellence in this domain is an ongoing commitment, yielding ever greater returns. It's about constantly honing your edge in a world that never stands still. Building your personal board of advisors. As you ascend the rungs of wealth creation, the complexity of your decisions multiplies, and the stakes grow exponentially higher. No individual, regardless of their brilliance or experience, possesses all the answers or sees every potential pitfall. This is precisely why establishing a personal board of advisors transitions from a helpful resource to an indispensable strategic imperative, an unofficial yet profoundly influential cadre of minds dedicated, in essence, to your success. Think of it not as a formal corporate structure, burdened by legalities and quarterly reports, but rather as a highly curated, agile brain trust, assembled with deliberate intent to navigate the intricate landscape of ultra-high net worth accumulation. It's about surrounding yourself with wisdom that complements your own, extending your vision far beyond your immediate line of sight. The concept is simple, yet profoundly powerful. Identify and engage a select group of individuals whose expertise, experience, and perspectives can offer invaluable guidance on your most critical strategic challenges. These aren't merely mentors or casual contacts. They are individuals you actively seek out for their specific insights, people who have traversed paths you aspire to walk, or who possess specialized knowledge that fills a crucial gap in your own understanding. The composition of this board should be diverse, encompassing a spectrum of disciplines, industries, and even philosophical approaches, ensuring a multifaceted lens through which to examine opportunities and mitigate risks. A homogeneous group, after all, only amplifies existing biases, whereas a diverse one fosters true innovation and robust problem-solving. Building this personal advisory board begins with an honest self-assessment of your current strengths, weaknesses, and, most importantly, your blind spots. Where do you lack deep expertise? What critical areas of your business or investment strategy could benefit from an outside, seasoned perspective? Perhaps you excel in deal-making but struggle with long-term strategic planning. Or you're a marketing genius but lack sophisticated financial modeling acumen. Pinpointing these areas will guide your selection process, allowing you to target individuals who possess precisely the complementary skills and experience you need to fortify your decision-making framework and accelerate your trajectory towards your $100 goal. This clarity ensures your outreach is purposeful, not just broad. Once you've identified these crucial knowledge gaps, the next step involves strategically identifying potential advisors within your existing network or through targeted outreach. Consider individuals who have achieved significant success in their respective fields, those known for their integrity, their strategic thinking, and their willingness to share their wisdom. This might include seasoned entrepreneurs who have scaled businesses far beyond your current level, financial strategists with a proven track record in complex capital structures, legal experts specializing in high-stakes transactions, or even thought leaders whose insights consistently challenge conventional thinking. The goal is to identify individuals whose counsel you genuinely respect and whose advice you would implicitly trust, forming a bedrock of reliable external perspective. Approaching these high-caliber individuals requires finesse, respect, and a clear understanding of the value proposition, even if that value is primarily intrinsic for them. You're not asking for their time as a burden. You're seeking a collaborative relationship where their wisdom can genuinely impact a driven individual's journey. Frame your request not as a demand for free consulting, but as an invitation to contribute to a compelling vision, offering them the satisfaction of mentorship and the opportunity to stay connected to dynamic growth. Be clear about what you seek: specific advice on particular challenges, a sounding board for critical decisions, or periodic strategic guidance. Most successful people are eager to pay it forward, but they appreciate clarity and respect for their time. When you do connect, articulate your vision and the specific areas where their unique insights would be invaluable. Explain why you admire their work and how their particular expertise aligns with your current strategic challenges. This demonstrates that your request is thoughtful and personalized, not a generic plea for help. Be prepared to share relevant, high-level information about your ventures or investments, enough to provide context without overwhelming them with minutiae. The initial conversations are not just about seeking advice, but about building rapport, establishing mutual respect, and subtly showcasing your own capabilities and commitment, reinforcing why their investment of time would be well placed. The relationship with your personal board should be cultivated with the same diligence you apply to your most important business partnerships. This means respecting their time, coming prepared with clear questions, and actively listening to their counsel. Avoid the temptation to just seek validation for your own ideas. Instead, genuinely present your dilemmas and be open to perspectives that might challenge your preconceived notions. Your advisors are there to offer objective, unvarnished truth, which is often far more valuable than comfortable agreement. Remember, the true power of an advisory board lies in its ability to expose blind spots and offer alternative pathways you might never have considered independently. Furthermore, it's crucial to provide updates on your progress and the outcomes of their advice. This demonstrates that you value their input, that their time is not wasted, and that their contributions are making a tangible difference. A simple email or a brief call detailing how their guidance helped you navigate a difficult decision or capitalize on an opportunity reinforces the value of the relationship and encourages their continued engagement. Reciprocity, even if not directly financial, is vital. Perhaps you can connect them with someone in your network, offer a unique insight from your own field, or simply express profound gratitude. A strong advisory relationship thrives on mutual respect and demonstrated impact, solidifying a powerful asset in your wealth-building arsenal.